Hey, good afternoon. This is Mike Sasser, and welcome to another edition of the Health Hour with Mike Sasser. Hope you're having a great Wednesday out there. It's a nice day, a little cloudy, but the sun's popping through some there. And, here we are, middle of the week already again. Time just seems to be flying by. I can't... can't imagine. It just seemed like just hours ago we were sitting here doing a show, and that was last Wednesday. So we come at you live every Wednesday from downtown Conroe, right here on Lone Star. It's community radio, and basically we are a Montgomery County radio station. But being that we're on the internet, what is so cool is wherever you are that has Wi-Fi or the internet, you can listen to the show. And some more exciting news coming up is in June, or not long from now, I believe it's June. We are going to be FM as well. We'll be on FM 104.5 as well as 106.1. So you'll be able to tune in while you're cruising around in your car, your boat, or whatever. And check out the live shows. Listen in there, and then by chance that you do miss the live show, you can always go to the website and listen to the podcast. That's right. Every show is recorded and archived, and you can find it on Lone Star's website. That's www.irlonestar.com. Usually go down to the bottom down there. You'll see archives. You click on the show you want to listen to. There's a lot of great shows on this radio station, by the way. And but you click on the show that you want to, let's say for the Health Hour, and boom, it pops right up on your computer screen or your cell phone nowadays, your iPad, whatever it is, whatever that device is that you get on the internet with, and you can check out the podcast. So there's also another way to do that, and I have my own website, and that is MikeSasser.com. Of course, www.MikeSasser.com. And I have a page on there that's called News and Podcast, or a link called News and Podcast. You click on that, and when those podcasts are uploaded on the Lone Star station website, I post them on my website. So there's all kind of ways to get the podcast, to listen to the shows. But I appreciate everybody out there that's listening live today, because hey, you never know what's going to happen on the Health Hour here. I mean, just you never know. Don't know what I'm going to be talking about. Sometimes I don't know what I'm going to be talking about, but here we are. If you would like to be a part of the show and get involved, send me some questions or send me some comments. Maybe even send me like an ideal for an upcoming show or whatever. Again, MikeSasser.com. That's like just probably the easiest way to get in touch with me is MikeSasser.com. I've got a contact page there. Click on that, and you can email me. You can Facebook me, if that's a saying. I think it is. You can find me on Facebook. I'll put it that way. And you can even tweet me on Twitter. I have all of those links are found there on my website. And I'd love to hear from you. Send me your questions, your comments, and let me know what's on your mind. And maybe what you think about the Health Hour, because we're here to share with the community an hour of health news you can use. That's kind of the little catchphrase here and everything. So what do we have coming up on today's show? Well, I will tell you. First off, I got to thinking about this because there's a guy right down the road from where I live. And he's a little, kind of on the side of the road vendor type guy, and he's got some vegetables and whatnot. But he always has local honey. And so I got to thinking, and as I drive around, here and there and stuff, I see quite a few of these signs. There's one over there on 1488, local honey. And I like honey. It's a great sweetener, and I know there's some nutrition factors there, benefits and everything. So I'm going to talk a little bit about local honey versus the honey that you see in grocery stores and things. And I did a little research on this, and there is some differences. So I'm going to kind of tell you a little bit about that, as well as we're coming up on Memorial Day weekend. That's kind of the kickoff of the the vacation season, if you will. And if you've been watching the news, you see how backed up the lines are with the airports and things like that, going through security and stuff. And really, they are almost in kind of panic mode because vacation season is just about to get underway. School will be out. People will be traveling, and so that's a big thing. But the other thing is, being that this is the Health Hour, and being a guy that wrote a book on a weight loss book, Simple, Inexpensive, Painless Weight Loss. That's kind of how we got here. I want to share with you some tips on how not to put on pounds while you go on vacation, and I can speak on this from experience because I've done that before. You go on vacation and I don't know, you lay on the beach or you do whatever you do, and you eat at the restaurants. You're eating out practically morning, noon, and night, and it's easy to come back home, and next thing you know, you've got 5 pounds packed on you. It's like, whoa. So you have to jump right back on it. So I'm going to share some tips with you on how not to pick up those excess pounds while you're out there on vacation. And then we're going to do the segment that I like to do. This is a weekly segment I do, and this is the restaurant reports. And these are the inspections for the Montgomery County restaurants. And I get the inspections direct from the health inspectors themselves. They send them to me every Friday, and I'll share with you some of those. So stay tuned and find out if your restaurant is on that list or not. And have they been naughty or have they been nice? Did they get a good report or did they get a bad report? So that's coming up on Restaurant Reports. And then weekly grocery ads every Wednesday. Almost every supermarket, including the local grocers, put out their weekly ad on Wednesdays, and it's good for through the next Tuesday, if you will. And I like to look at those and just see kind of what's on sale, help you out there maybe with some healthy choices and whatnot. So that's what we've got going on the Health Hour today. And so I'm just going to jump right in. And by the way, again, if you have a question or comment, you can, in real time right here, you can just go to my website, MikeSasser.com. That's MikeSasser. Those are S's as in Sam. And, click on Contact Mike and shoot me an email, Facebook or Twitter. And we'll try my very best to address your questions or comments right here on the air today. So anyway, what I want to get into first, and we still got some time here, is honey, and more particular the local honey that you see on the side of the roads. And honey is a great thing. It's first off, it has lots of good vitamins and minerals, antioxidants. It's a natural sweetener, as long as it's the real stuff. And then that's what got me to thinking is, a lot of people may not know the difference, or maybe haven't ever even thought about looking into it. So I thought I'd do that for you. But there's some good health benefits as far as it releases naturally into the bloodstream. It's not a added sugar. That's what's so good about it. It's basically nature made. It comes from bees. They've been making this stuff forever, and I'd like to pat the guy on the back or whoever that figured out, hey man, this stuff tastes pretty good, and it's natural. So I looked up this study, and this is entitled "Most Store-Bought Honey Isn't Honey," according to the FDA. And so that was the first thing that caught my eye. It's like, whoa! So the FDA actually kind of knows about this stuff, And the other thing that caught my eye was there was a study that was published, and it was a group of scientists, food scientists, and they were looking at the honey that's sold in the store versus, again, natural, or local honey. And did you know that it says here in American supermarkets and drugstores, it may not even be created by bees. We're talking about man-made stuff here. It says it can be watered down. It can be just a mix of other, cheaper, less safe ingredients, and I'm sure it has to be somewhat safe. I mean, to actually be sitting on a grocery store shelf. But again, it can be processed, and that's what I'm getting at. So much processed food out there, and honey could possibly be one of them there in the grocery store. So I was looking at what separates honey, real honey, from, let's say, processed honey. And it's actually the pollen grains that are embedded in it. And the pollen comes from, the bees. They fly around, they get the pollen from the flowers, they go back to their hives, and I don't know, somehow, some way, they produce honey out of all of that. And that is how they actually determine real honey, if you would, from, say, artificial or kind of man-made type honey. So with all of that, I took a look at it, and it says here that they, going on down, here's what the other thing was, that there was a study by Vaughn Bryant, and it turns out he's a professor at Texas A&M University right here in College Station. He did a research or a study on it, and what he found was that virtually the all drugstore honey and small individual package honey served up at fast food outlets does not contain pollen, and 76% of the honey in American supermarket chains is also devoid of the evidence of natural or ingredients, if you will. That's a big number. That's a big number. Says here that samples bought at farmers markets, co-ops, and health food stores, they did find traces of pollen, which means that it, for the most part, these guys are on the up and up, and they are selling actual naturally made from bee honey. Okay, so I guess the thing to look at is, when you go to the grocery store and you're looking for, looking at honey and stuff like that, again, read the ingredients, read the nutrition labels, and get the information for yourself on that. It was stated here that, they remove or filter the pollen so that you cannot find out basically where the origin comes from. Because, again, this is all traced back to the bees out there doing the work and the flowers that they're getting the pollen from. And they said in most cases that is made from, guess where? China. Yes, China. Many times they add fructose corn syrup to it, make it sweetener. So some of those honeys out there on the shelf in the grocery stores could be nothing more than fructose laced syrup, for all that matter. So anyway, when you're out there and you want, your sweet tooth is calling and you want some honey, find a local guy on the side of the road, or find some local honey. You can Google that type of stuff, and that way that you're getting the real thing. You have some questions you might could ask that guy now, like, hey, where do these come from? Where are these bees? And find out that it's local. So that's the take on local honey versus store-bought honey. And just do a little homework and get out there and find out about it. So hey, we're going to take our first break, and come on back. Got a lot more of the Health Hour for you right here on Lone Star Community Radio.
Tune in to Chamber Chat with your host, Courtney Galley and Samantha Good, with the Conroe, Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce, every first Tuesday of the month at 11 a.m. I'm one of your hosts, Courtney Galley. Samantha and I will chat about the Conroe Chamber's upcoming events and programs for the month. Relax with a cup of joe or your favorite drink for Chamber Chat.
Hey, welcome back to the Health Hour. I'm Mike Sasser, your host of the show, and we are a live show here on Lone Star Community Radio every Wednesday, coming at you live from downtown Conroe. We talk about things that are local in the community, about health and well-being and safety. That's a little bit of my background. I managed health and safety in oil and gas and everything, and then I authored a book called Simple, Inexpensive, Painless Weight Loss, and put that out on the market. You can find that on my website, and that's how we got here. I wanted to kind of get involved with the community and get kind of give back, if you will. So I come up here every Wednesday, and we do this show, and I do some research on different health topics, and just anything to kind of help you and your family become more healthy and just have a good life. I mean, life is meant to enjoy. Life is meant to be good. So that's what we do here. And if you like the show, or you have any questions or comments or ideas on the show, you can always find me on my website at www.mikesasser.com and click on Contact Mike. Email me. You can find my Facebook page. You can tweet me on Twitter. Send me a message that way, and I would love to hear from you. And also, we are beginning to look for some sponsors and things like that. If you're interested in sponsoring the show, getting a little advertising here on the Health Hour, that's another way to get in touch with me as well. Just go to my website, and we'll definitely love to talk to you because hey, we've got big news here. We're internet based, and so right now you may be listening on your work computer, on your earphones, hopefully, maybe, and or possibly even listening on your cell phone there, which is so cool. But we are going FM. Starting in June is kind of the where we're looking at, but we will be live on the FM dial at 104.5 or 106.1. So then you'll have like several ways, 3 ways at least, to listen to the live show. As well as, let's say you missed it, you were busy, you can catch the podcast. The podcasts are loaded on the Lone Star internet site, as well as my website here's too. So there's a lot of good shows out there, and the podcasts are available to you. And the thing about that is, you can listen to them at midnight. You can listen to them in your PJs. Just whenever it's convenient for you, you can go back and catch the show. So there you go. There's a lot of things right there. You can get involved with the show, the community, and let us know how we're doing here. So, and with that, I'm going to kind of get back into the show. We talked a little about the the bees and local honey, kind of the difference between some of the store-bought honey versus natural made honey. And again, if you missed that, hey, it'll be on podcast here in a couple of days, so you go back checking out. But I'm going to move on, and being that we are just right here, ready for vacation. I have some school teacher friends, and I'm going to tell you, but they are ready for school to be out. There's no doubt. But vacation time is upon us, and vacation is meant to get away from work, get away from the things that stress you out, get away from a lot of different things, enjoy yourself and all of that, and just kind of let go. Which there's nothing wrong with that at all. But in staying in tune with the Health Hour, many times, and I have done this myself. That's why I thought maybe now would be a good time to talk about this. I've gone on vacation and I've let go, and again, you're kind of eating out almost every meal, at least several times there in restaurants and stuff. Well, you know how big the portion sizes are in restaurants nowadays. You might be laying on the beach, or I don't know what your vacation ideals are. Again, I know a lot of people that love to just go hang out by a pool somewhere, hang out on a beach somewhere, and just relax. And again, that's not a bad thing, but when you get home and you get back to real life, if you will, and you step on that scale, I've done it. It's like, bam, 5 pounds. Oh, well, I've got to get back. Vacation was great and everything. I sure enjoyed it, but now I got to get back to my weight loss journey, which is a journey, by the way. It's an everyday thing. It's not like you reach a magic number and all of a sudden, boom, you're going to weigh that for the rest of your life. So it's an everyday deal. Everyday process, but you can do it. So here are some tips about how to stay on track, or at least not completely blow your weight loss journey on your vacation. And the first thing is to this made a lot of sense to me, was to maybe carefully think out a little bit more about the snacks that you pack on vacation, or even when you go into the convenience store, because I know again you're on the road, you might almost kind of live out of the convenience store there, and many times it's so easy to go to that chip aisle, go to the baked goods and that type of stuff and everything. But here was one tip that I ran across, and it's go to the refrigerated section of the store or convenience store, where the perishable items are. You might find some fruits and vegetables there, things like that. Again, I know you're not going to eat fruit and vegetables for your whole vacation, but just don't leave them out. Keep some snacks available. One of my all-time favorites is these little baby carrots. They come in a small bag. They're very inexpensive. I think you can get a pound for under $1.50 or so. And you know what? We'll look for some of those on the grocery ads coming up later on in the show. But those are excellent to snack on. But you can get these veggie trays with the little cherry tomatoes and stuff like that. Rather than that big old bag of Doritos, or chips and all that kind of stuff, there are some ways that you can snack healthy while out on vacation and still enjoy yourself. Grab some water. You drink plenty of water while you're on vacation. Now, some of you, some of us, me included, go on vacation. You might want to have a couple of those little, adult beverages, if you will. Kind of just, again, pace yourself there. Those things, they can be very sugary depending on what kind of mixers you put in them and that type of stuff. Margaritas, ladies, I'm sorry out there, but margaritas carry a pretty big amount of calories there. So, carry water with you and drink plenty of water. Stay hydrated while you're on vacation. And that will help you, first off, not be so hungry when you're, when you go out to eat and stuff. And then, again, we're talking about summertime. You want to stay hydrated, and it just keep your body, humming along there much better. Your metabolism and everything will keep running, and you'll be good to go. Which brings me to the next tip, and that is the restaurants. You're eating out, or we're eating out at restaurants almost. It seems like all the time. You just hardly ever pass a restaurant where the parking lot is empty anymore. It just almost any time of day. But when you're on vacation, unless you're camping, and have your own refrigerator, and you might have one of these expensive coolers and pack a lot of your food with you, and that's great. That's good, because the more you bring with you, and the more you kind of think about the meals that you're going to have and prepare while on the road, the more you can control, the nutrition side of it, the sugar that's in the foods and the sodium that's in the foods, because I know you're reading your labels out there. We've talked about that, I think about just on every show that we've had. But, for those of you that are out there and you are eating in the restaurants, do a little bit of homework on the restaurants. Again, almost all of the big chain restaurants, you can go to their website, you can type in their name and nutrition values, and you're going to be able to find their nutrition on a lot of their menu items. So look at what's nutritious, look at what is less sodium, look at what it doesn't have so much sugar in it, and again, just kind of pre-plan before you go out to that restaurant. And then while you're on the road, while you're on vacation, you can still practice portion control. And what do I mean by that? Again, you get a platter in front of you, or at least I do. I get a plate of food in front of me, and I just almost feel like I have to eat the entire thing. Wrote a whole chapter about that. It's called Happy Plate. And sorry, Mom, but it comes from my mom. We grew up, she said, eat everything on your plate, and you'll have a happy plate. And to this day, I still want to finish everything on my plate. So, practice portion control, and one way to do that is to when an order comes out, go ahead and get a to-go box right then. Half your meal, put it in there. You've already cut at least half the calories, half the sodium, half the sugar that's in that meal, and you've also stretched your food dollars. You've turned one meal into 2 meals. So just do a little homework when you go on vacation about the restaurants and the places you eat, and make some wise choices about what food you're eating. And the last thing is plan to stay active. I know you're going to get away. You're going to relax on vacation. But again, if your destination is a beach or going hiking or somewhere like that, plan some activity into your vacation. Don't just lay on the beach all day. It's great to get up in the morning or that afternoon at sunset and walk the beach. Take you a good little stroll, walk down the beach, and with that, believe me, with the waves crashing on the beach and the sun and the seagulls and all that, you're going to walk a mile, 2 miles before you even know about it. So there you go. If you're staying in a hotel, almost every hotel now has some type of exercise room. And look, I'm not a exercise guru by no means, but if there's nothing else convenient to you, spend a little time on the treadmill. Do something that's active. Explore, get out and see things. I mean, you're going to different places to learn things, to see things. You might be walking. If bicycles are available to rent, I know like down in Galveston on the seawall and stuff, you can rent the bicycles and things. Do that instead of just going everywhere in your car. And get out there and get active while you're on vacation, and keep moving. And because everything that you do when you're moving, you are burning energy. You're burning calories. So those are just a few tips there that to take with you and pack up in your suitcase when you go on vacation. And again, by all means, enjoy yourself. But you can certainly come back home. You step on the scale. You've had a great vacation. You're relaxed, and guess what? You don't have an extra 5 pounds to knock off, which, again, I have done many, many times, believe me. So take those with you and, enjoy your vacation and be safe out there. We're going to take another break, and then when we come back on the Health Hour, I'm going to take a look at the restaurant reports. So come on back.
Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's community radio station, and we're looking for more talk shows and volunteer DJs for our music shows. If you're interested in having your own talk show on Lone Star, or always wanted to live out your dream of being a music DJ, contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com/contact us, or call the station at 936-647-5747 for more information.
All right, welcome back to the Health Hour, man. We're getting a little crazy over here on the radio station. All right. No, we did not change the format. We're not going to rock and roll, not just yet. Lone Star Community Radio, right here in Montgomery County, coming to you live today from downtown Conroe. You want to find out more about the radio station, check out their website. It's recently updated, and it's really cool. It's really... I tell you what, you can find things easy on it. My show, there's a lot of other shows on here as well, but go to www.irlonestar.com and check it out. Find out about the radio station, and hey, if you want to get involved, find out how to sponsor, my show or any of the other shows out there. So great place to be, community radio, and this is the Health Hour that you're listening to, by the way. Mike Sasser, your host, and if you'd like to get in touch with me, I would love that. I would love to hear from you, and the best way to do that is to contact me, personally through my website, and that website is www.mikesasser.com. And I have a contact page there, which you can directly email me, or you can find my Facebook page and post a message, or even use Messenger for that point on Facebook. Or I also have a Twitter account. You can tweet me there at the Mike on Twitter, and send me your comments, send me your questions, and let me know what you're thinking about out there. So anyway, we talk about healthy living, if you would, well-being, and just how to keep your family overall healthy and safe, and many things that are offered here in and around Montgomery County to be able to do that. So moving on with the show, I have the... Boy, I tell you, I do. I want one of them little soundtrack things. I want that boom, 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 kind of like the detective shows or whatever. But we're going to get that. We're going to work on that. But I have the restaurant reports right here in my hand, and these are fresh off the press from the Montgomery County health inspectors. Every Friday, they send me the inspections. I kind of go through them. Honestly, there's no way we would take 3 hours to read off every inspection to you, because if I had to guess, they probably do 70, 80 inspections a week. I think about how many restaurants are out there in Montgomery County, and these fine folks over there are out there looking out for our health. Making sure these restaurants are, doing what they're supposed to do and preparing foods the way they're supposed to be prepared, keeping their places clean, and all of that is to benefit us when we go there and eat out at those restaurants. So I try to pick up, some that's interesting, or that maybe that kind of jumps out at me. Maybe some places I've been, or maybe some places that I would like to go. And again, that's why I'm asking you if you have maybe some restaurants that you go to quite frequently. Hit me up on my website and say, hey, Mike, do you have a report on this particular place? And I'll check and see, because I keep all of these. I archive all of these inspections as well. So, who knows? I might just might have your favorite restaurant here on my computer, and we could check it out. By the way, before I jump in this, one more note is, if you do have a place you like to go to, you can always request their latest health inspection report. Some places post it on the wall; they make it pretty obvious out there. Some places they maybe don't, but they are supposed to have that on hand, and it is available to you upon request. So that's kind of how I kind of get these things. So, all right, taking a look at the first restaurant over here. These are restaurants that had a few dings, if you will, a few little things that they needed to work on while the inspector was there. Again, I'm not beating these restaurants up. They're actually very, very nice restaurants, very well-known, establishments in the area, and good people. Just a couple of things that they needed to work on there. And the first one is the Republic Grill, and that is located there in Panther Creek in the Woodlands. They were inspected on 5/12. That would be May 12th. They scored a 96%. And by the way, they have kind of like a total score, which looks like it's on a scale of, I guess it may be 1 to 100, but 100 being the very best. The closer they are to 100, then the better score they had, the better inspection they had, the less issues would probably be the best way to say that. So they scored a 96 on that day, and they always kind of write some notes in here. And first note here is provide a ice scoop with a handle in an ice bin, at the bar. Okay, not too big a deal there. Clean, sanitize can opener after each use. All right, let's keep everything clean. Again, for you and me, keeping us healthy out there. And says replace some floor tiles they needed to replace, and repair a leaking faucet at the mop sink. So Republic Grill, hey, nice score, 96. Very good, very good. All right, the next one, and this one is a little closer to home. By the way, I'm a local guy. I live here on Lake Conroe in Montgomery County. I've lived in the Woodlands prior to that since 2008. So I've been in this area for about 8 years now, and I really just stumbled across this place when I moved a little further north to Lake Conroe, because had no idea it was there at the time. But La Torreta, the big. It's like a resort out there, man. It's on the lake, on the water, super nice place. And when I did find out where this place was at and what was going on with them, they have a sushi bar there. They have a steak house there. They have a sushi restaurant there, and I'm a big sushi fan. I think I'm gonna go eat some sushi today. Matter of fact, I believe. But anyway, they have a sushi bar there. So when I saw this one pop up, I was like, wow, let me check them out. They were inspected on 5/17, and they scored a 98 for a sushi place. That definitely makes you feel good, especially when they're, everybody thinks that everything in a sushi bar is raw, but it's not. There are some cooked items, but when you are working with raw meats and things like that, it's good to know that they are on top of their game. There was one note here, and I saw this. I was like, all right, pink slime on the ridge of the ice machine. So, hey guys, clean up that ice machine, okay? And other than that, good score, 98. The other one that I picked up on was this is again Ryan Steakhouse. This is located on the 336 North Loop right here in Conroe. They were inspected on May 5th. They scored an 87. So again, a little further from 100. Well, let's see what's going on with these guys. They had quite a few notes on here. This is rusty vents, or not easily cleanable. It said towels needed at the hand sink in the grill area. Dishwasher required to wear hair restraint. Okay, and all this is going on while the inspector's out there. So again, they might have. I'm sure they probably fixed all these things as quickly as they can, because you don't want inspectors to be have to come back and find the same stuff over and over again. Okay, let's see. Clean under the shelves in a dry goods storage room, and repair cracked, damaged floor tiles. Soap needed at the hand sink in the meat prep room. So they had quite a few notes there. It reflects in their score, 87. Like I said, again, I'm sure they're on top of it. They have think about it. If you've ever been to a Ryan Steakhouse, they have a huge variety of food and stuff, and they must have to cook like all day long. I mean, there's just such a variety and so much of it that it takes a lot to keep that place going. I'm sure. So those are the ones that maybe slipped a little bit while the inspector was out there and needed a little a touch up or so. Now, okay, always like to pat the folks who do the good job out there, like to pat them on the back. And so these are the ones that had like zero, like no issues whatsoever at the date of inspection. All right, and the first one is a Subway shop. Yep, that's right, Subway, fresh. Not going to go into their full commercial there, but the Subway there on Research Forest, they were inspected on May 17th, and they scored a 100% or a gold star, I like to say. Great job to the Subway there on Research Forest. The other one is, let's see, coming up here, hamburger place, Sonic. Now, okay, I know maybe they don't have like the most healthiest menu there, but the truth is we all tend to eat some fast food from time to time. So the Sonic there on Rayford in Spring scored a 100% on May 16th. So hats off to the folks out there at Sonic for doing a good job on keeping their place clean. And again, you know how busy them things are. They have people coming in and out all day long. They serve breakfast all the way into the nighttime there. Now, this is not a restaurant, but I'm gonna tell you why this caught my eye. It's HEB, and it's the one on Rayford there. In Spring, Spring, or you might want to say the Woodlands. But okay, the inspectors inspected the bakery. Okay, the bakery got 100%. As I began to go through, continue on through the inspection reports, I kept seeing HEB. So I looked into it a little bit closer. The same HEB on Rayford, their grocery department scored 100%. Their meat department scored 100%. Their seafood department scored 100%. Their deli department scored 100%. So I thought it was worth mentioning, even though they're not a restaurant, they still have some prepared foods and things like that. They prepare a lot of meats and all of that. Every one of their departments scored 100%, and this was on May 16th of 2016, not long ago. So, hey, big pat on the back to the HEB folks out there on Rayford. They're doing a great job keeping everything clean, keeping us healthy, keeping us safe, and, good job. So that is the restaurant reports for this week. And like I said, if you have one that you would like to know about, please hit me up on my website, www.mikesasser.com. I'll see if I have a report, and if not, we'll look into it for you. Come on back.
Lone Star Community Radio is on FM. That's right. Set your radio dials and your button presets to Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1 coming in June 2016. To celebrate this edition and the addition of video versions of our talk show and music shows on YouTube and cable TV, we are offering special sponsorship rates, which include free audio spots that are played throughout our broadcasts. Interested? Check out our sponsor rates for shows just like this one you're listening to right now online at irlonestar.com/sponsor. Or call the station at 936-647-5747. Reaching the people of Montgomery County with Montgomery County's community radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
Hey, welcome back to the Health Hour. Mike Sasser. I am Mike Sasser, your host of this weekly radio show every Wednesday at 1 p.m. on Lone Star Community Radio. Chances are you might be listening to me on your phone or your laptop or your maybe your iPad today because we're on the internet. But guess what? We are going to be not too long from now coming at you on FM. That's right. We'll be on the FM dial at let me find that and make sure I don't want to send you to the wrong place here. It's 104.5 or 106.1. And that's going to be happening in June, maybe late June. But stay tuned and hey, check out the www.irlongstar.com internet website, and that is the Lone Star Community Radio site there. And I'm sure we'll keep you posted as to when we're about to go live on FM, and that'll be cool. That's going to open up everything there to checking us out in your car while you're driving down the road and that type of stuff. So you can listen to the Health Hour or any of the other great shows here on Lone Star Community Radio. So getting back to the Health Hour, we've talked about local honey and kind of the differences between local honey and some of the store-bought honey out there. We have talked about how to keep from gaining a bunch of weight while you're on vacation, because vacation season is right here upon us now. A lot of people going, taking it easy and possibly coming back home with a little more weight than what they left with. So I know I've done it in the past, as well as we talked about the restaurant reports. So if you've missed all of that great stuff, there's a way that you can check it out, and that is by podcast. Yes, that's right. We podcast the shows here, and usually maybe takes a couple of days, but we'll get the podcast loaded up. You can find that on the Lone Star website, or you can go to MikeSasser.com, and I post it on my website as well for you to find out. So that way you can go back. You don't miss the show. You can listen to it again, 2 o'clock in the morning, Sunday afternoon, whenever it is convenient for you. That's what's so cool about podcast. And you can check out the show. You want to be a part of the show. Again, best way to do it, contact me directly at my website, and we can talk about things that you heard on the show, maybe answer some questions you may have, or if you would like to sponsor the show. We are definitely looking for some sponsors. Would love to have you on board with us and sort of get some advertising out there. And the podcast, the advertising can be out there for as long as the podcast is, which is, far as I know, could be forever. So there's a lot of great benefits to getting involved with the Health Hour here on Lone Star Community Radio. So without further ado, my next weekly segment here is called the Restaurant Reports. I'm sorry, we just did that. My next segment is called the Weekly Grocery Ads. And I have I've pulled up Kroger's today. And by the way, that's the beauty of this internet world we live in now. Is before you ever leave your house to go shopping, you can pull up their weekly ad. You can make a list and see what's on sale. Make some healthy choices for yourself before you ever go to the grocery store. And through many of the studies and articles that I've read, that is the best way to stay on track with any type of weight loss journey, or just for that matter, just staying healthy, is to go to the grocery store with a list and pretty much stick to your list. Or next thing you know, you're going to be wandering down these aisles and look, these grocery stores are pretty smart. they have all the bags of chips and bakery goods and all of that kind of let's say unhealthy stuff right out there in front of you where you can see all of that stuff, and it turns into impulse purchasing. So go to the Kroger's website. You can just type in Kroger's weekly ad, and boom, it pops up. Put in your zip code, and next thing you know, you're looking at your local Kroger store, and that's the way a lot of the stores work, including some of the smaller local grocers here. But I'm looking at the ad here, and again, I'm trying to help you out with some healthy choices, and they have an excellent sale on raspberries. Again, we're in spring, early summer. I don't think it's officially summer yet, but a lot of these, especially produce and vegetables, they're coming into season now. They have an excellent price on raspberries, fresh raspberries, and under $1. I mean, raspberries you can again, instead of that bag of M&Ms, get you some raspberries, make them very convenient in the front part of your refrigerator, and go for them. You can add them to yogurt, plain yogurt. We've talked about this before, but when you're eating yogurt, you're already making a effort to be a little more healthy. But if you're eating yogurt that has the fruit already added into it, guess what? You're more than likely consuming a lot of sugar in that yogurt. So if you're putting your own vegetables and stuff in there, you can control that. So check out blueberries is a great source as well. They have those on sale. Tomatoes, bananas. Just check out your weekly grocery ad and see what's going on there. So again, we do this every week, every Wednesday at 1 p.m. It's a 1-hour show. I was looking up at the clock, see we're kind of already running out of time here, but it's a health hour with Mike Sasser, and I appreciate you listening. I do want to close the show today with one special note, and that is Memorial Day weekend is coming up, and that is for our fallen soldiers and people, men and women in the service who have served us and kept this country safe and free. You see a veteran out there this weekend, shake their hand and thank them. Let them know. See a soldier out there, shake their hand and thank them. Let them know that you appreciate them. Come on back next week for a little bit more of the Health Hour. Mike Sasser. Have a great week, you.
Thanks for checking out this production on Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's radio station. For more information on this show and other shows on Lone Star, check us out online at irlonestar.com. If you're interested in sponsoring a program on Lone Star Community Radio and reaching the local audience of Montgomery County on FM, internet, and TV media, please call 936-647-5747 or contact us online at irlonestar.com. This recording is a Lone Star Community Radio production, produced by the show host and Dick Schisler of Lone Star Community Radio. Interested in volunteering as a music DJ or starting your own talk show? Contact Dick Schisler at dick@irlonestar.com or by phone at 936-647-5747.